going on? Will Blandon? Yeah, I'm out here in this typical pandemic. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. I'm basically just in that mood where you just want to rant. I'm in that mood right now. One of the things I realized doing this stuff and becoming an entrepreneur is you're gonna always feel like you have to prove yourself. I'm constantly having to feel like I have to prove myself to everyone, and you're gonna feel like that for some time. Even a roommate that I have that I told you guys about doesn't, because she's already known me and she doesn't know me the way you viewers see me. She doesn't listen to any advice I give her. And it'd be like simple things. It don't even be nothing that elaborate, like what accounts you should put your certain monies in, and just doesn't listen to me at all. At all. But will come to me for advice about YouTube, but won't listen to any financial advice I give her. It's nuts. But back to the holding company and the holding company structure, I think the reason why I talk about it so much is I really feel like by setting up a holding company as opposed to just setting up a normal C Corp even, or basic LLC, I feel like the holding company structure really is designed to help you before marriage. It really is, if you really think about it, because corporate law trumps marital law. So if you set up before you get married a really, good holding company with anonymity, nobody knows it's yours, and when you start dating this young woman, and she could be great, best thing ever happened to you, but I wouldn't go in saying I own anything if you do get to that point where you do. I would simply let her know that I manage a company. That's it. And that wouldn't be a lie if it comes up later. I manage a company. That's absolute truth. Your holding company is an empire that will have subsidiaries, baby companies under it. So you really do run a business. So if you set this stuff up before marriage and you put in your articles that all senior executives must get a prenup before marriage to protect the company, you can have the right verbiage and all that. The lawyers take care of that. But that's gonna protect you from stuff that come up later when she tries to get half. Because you set all this up in place, and you should have the prenup really done. You gotta tell her, that's your excuse to tell her, well, I have to get a prenup. My company says all executives have to have a prenup. I'm an executive. It's not a lie. It says it in your articles. So now she feels like she's obligated to do the prenup because she doesn't want to let you lose that great job of yours that makes you $100,000 a year, So she'll get the prenup. And it doesn't have to be like you're scamming her and all this other stuff. You could put in there, if you got a spare house or something, vacation house, and you want to put that in there and to give her that, that's your choice. But I just like to have this stuff in place so that they can't tell me what I can and can't keep. I built the company. I own the properties. How are you going to come in and take half, and you came 5 years after I set all this up? That's my only wish for you guys. That's my only dream for you guys, is to set this stuff up so you shield yourself from problems that may occur. It may not never occur, but I can sleep good at night knowing that I have a holding company and then only my subsidiary is in arm's way. I'm just using that name, that brand. For my first subsidiary, I'm going to have like a branded name. I think to replace the branding of Chania Business. I'm getting away from the Chania Business branding and come up with something, you know, one name, more powerful, mean something, and then brand myself around that. So I'm going to try that out. I'll still have Chania Business as a channel, but it may be owned by this subsidiary. It might be a media company. But even with that media company, if I so choose, I may put my first piece of real estate under that LLC. You know, just a few things. And then when I'm ready to do another channel that's actually successful, because I'll try several things before I get it right. It's just, that's how I am. I'll keep trying until I eventually get it right. And up to so far, Chania Business is doing great. Thanks for your support. If you're watching this now, really, thanks for your support. I really, really do appreciate it. You know, it's not a lot of subscribers, but I'm on my way. I'm building. I feel like people are starting to listen to the content. But I got a holding company. I got my my holding company account, Navy Federal Credit Union. I haven't tried any real fintech banks. I'm thinking about trying Divvy when I have a little bit more money to throw around. And hopefully this channel is going to help me get there. Hopefully the channel is what's going to help me bring in more income to fund my holding company. That's the goal anyway, is to get the media channel to help bring in $3 to $5 grand a month. You know, that will put me on track. I'm at about 3. I need the channel. If the channel even just brought me an additional $2 grand, I would be golden. I'd be in heaven. I'd be able to relax, do a channel when I want. I will do a video when I want to do it. But we got to get there. We got to work. And I know it's going to be, once I start showing you guys the lines of credit, I guarantee you I'll get a spike in more views and we'll be on our way. So I'm pretty confident about that. What I'm going to do going forward with this COVID, we have to get through this presidency. We have to get through it. We have to see who they voted for, who you guys voted for, and then start looking at government grants and loans. And I don't feel like I'm taking advantage of the system because I paid into the system. I paid taxes. So I don't feel as if I'm taking advantage of the system. I really don't. I'm going to go after whatever I qualify for just to take that money and turn it around and put it into my holding company. And some of you might be thinking, oh yeah, but you're kind of getting taxed twice. Well, the little details with the extra tax is going to be nothing compared to what I save by putting as much money as I can in a holding company. And that alone, that act of just putting money in your account is going to get me higher lines of corporate credit. And if you could help it, if you have an active business and a side hustle, you will be okay. All you gotta do is have an active business with a side hustle that's funding your holding company, and you will be okay. If you say you have a regular job, you make you make about 16, maybe $2 grand a month at your regular job. If you just put a side hustle together that brought you an additional $2 grand a month, you would feel like you just jumped a notch. You went from poor to middle class. That's how you're gonna feel. Because now and then if you apply that money into building your corporation, that's gonna help you build some corporate credit quickly. And then you should only have to use the corporate credit for maybe repairs. You should have $2-3 grand all times in your personal account, and I would say $5 to $10 grand if you're just starting out in your corporate keep in mind, I'm being transparent. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I got about $2,000 in my personal account and only about $3,000 in my business account. But I'm getting there. I'm working towards it. And you guys can too. Work towards the goal. Some of you got more money coming in than I do a month, but you're not applying it right. You need to set this holding company up and apply this money to your holding company. And by applying this money to your holding company, it's going to get you more and spendable credit that you could use later. So if you guys want to hear more about corporate credit, business credit, occasionally I will talk about personal credits, way we can boost it, not necessarily repair it. But I do have credit repair people that I work with, so I can give you advice on that. I just put out a video explaining how to get in contact with me. And the first entry point is through email. Emails below this video, and answer just a few of my questions, and then I will call you if you absolutely feel like you need to speak to me, if I like your qualifying answers to those questions I have, because I like to weave out time wasters. And I can tell you right now, unless you have money to invest and get started in your own holding company, nonprofit, or whatever you're contacting me about, unless you know somebody that has a line of credit ready to go, that you're going to deploy and set something up, or you have some actual cash in the bank, it's probably, I'm just going to answer your questions by email. But if you're ready to go, you got some money to put down and invest in this stuff, most of this money doesn't go to me, just so you guys are clear. Most of it will go to the company, like the law firm I have. If they got to set you up a holding company, it's going to go to the other company. I'm going to get a small percentage for being the middleman. But I will walk you through stuff that they're going to ask you, because I've been through some of the processes you're going to go through. So it's good to have a business coach for that reason. Because a lot of people are like stumped. They don't know what to say when these people call you and ask you certain things. I've been through the process. I've been through the process of even setting up my business account with Navy Federal. It's a process. You know, you got to go through steps. You can't just call up Navy Federal and be like, I want a business account. They won't let you do it. So you got to go through steps. If you want to hear more about this stuff, about setting up a company, corporation, side hustles, side business, my links are below. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see and hear more. And click that bell icon, thumbs up, whatever you could do to support the channel, help me grow, help me get out to a wider audience, so I can actually start making some real money. And I will catch you guys in the next video.